Good afternoon. There's a question that I was asked today, a nigongon, by a friend, a pastor. And because I write a lot and I like writing, not that I am a fluent writer, but I like writing, particularly in the last 18 months or thereabout. The question is this. I've been asked this question and I've been told to write about it. So I'm going to do a lot of research. I'm a bit suspicious as to why this question has been has been directed to me. This is the question: why is it that? Oh, sorry, I'll rephrase that question again. Sorry, why is it that broken relationship is on the increase in the 21st century? Why is broken relationship on the increase in the 21st century? That question cannot be answered in one breath. There's no way you can capture that that question in just one breath. And relationship differs. There are different kinds of relationship. There's boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. There's husband and wife relationship. There's relationship around adventure. Maybe you have a business partner. You come into a relationship on the basis of that business. There's a relationship that comes through sports and leisure activities where you play on the same football team, and you become very close to certain members within that football team. And when things don't go well, things fall apart. There's a relationship between neighbors. You live in the same area, in the same locality, same community. You have a relationship. There are a lot of things that brings commonalities between people. You have a common interest, and that leads to a relationship. And sometimes, if you have the opposite interest, that can also lead to a relationship. But the question is, why is it that relationship breaks down? One could draw this and let us place it on relationship within husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend. That seems to be on the increase in the 21st century. Why is it that relationship breaks down? In the first instance, why enter into that relationship? That is the question. What attracts me? Is it vulnerability? Because some people actually enter into a relationship because they're vulnerable. Maybe, excuse my language. Maybe someone is living in a slum, and all of a sudden somebody from maybe from Australia just pops up and say, you know what, I like you. I live in Australia. You live here in whatever. Come with me. And maybe there's no physical attraction between both. Or for this woman, for this man who lives in the slum, he or she may not see anything in this other person, but an opportunity for me to relocate, out to come out of this situation. Then a relationship is forged under false pretense. That man or that woman is plugged out of that place and moved, let's say Australia in this instance. And then they settle and they begin to live together. Before they could say Jack Robinson, they have children. But once the man or the woman, it could be anyone, the eyes are open, they now live in an advanced society, they better themselves, then they say, actually, you know what, you are not the person I want to be with. And they find reasons, they manufacture reasons to get out, to suffocate that relationship and get out of it. That is one way. That's one thing. There are lots of things. The other person may be vulnerable. And one person is strong, one person is weak. One person has been emotionally damaged, one person is more emotionally stable. And those kind of two parties, when they come together, it can be a recipe for disaster. And also it can be a healing thing that draws them together. Interest. When your interest, if you are kind of person that once is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you are partying all day long. You want to be out there. And this other person doesn't want to be out there. He or she wants to be in here, right? Vice versa. That could bring the relationship to a head, a collision. But often, um, women are very emotional. And I say this to most of my friends. I got to know them a lot more. Women are very, very, very emotional. They think The little things that you miss, they don't miss that. But the man thinks with his head, his brain all the time. What he wants it now. And once he's got that thing, he's moving on, he's going on, he's forgotten. And blah, 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 blah. He says a lot of things and he's forgiven. But a woman is not like that. A woman needs comfort. A woman needs constant reassuring. A woman needs to see that there's stability here. Let's not deceive ourselves. There's a saying in my native language, and it is true. It is true. You can pretend and say, Moforiti, I can endure. A woman likes money. A woman likes comfort. A woman likes protection. A woman likes flourishness. A woman likes comfort. A woman likes to be pampered. A woman likes to have changes of scenery. A woman likes to be seen as a queen. And if a man over a period of time has deficiencies in doing that, and somebody else on the fringe, on the periphery, saying, you know what, I can do better than that, what this man is doing. I tell you, it wouldn't be long. It would not be long before that woman begin to say, you know what, actually, time waits for no one. I have only one life. If this person wants to look after me, I'm going to drift. And gradually, indirectly, she begins to plan her way out. Men have to look at themselves in that regard. Now, I know there are some women who can be so self-centered and selfish, and they can manufacture anything. They can manufacture anything. They manufacture anything that will create a situation that will forever nail that man that you are guilty. So I don't blame her. You know, there are some men, they will condemn their own, they will condemn their own self-condemnation. There are some men, he will say things that the woman will use as an evidence against them. And some other people will be saying, oh, why did you stay in that relationship? He even confirmed with his own mouth, this. His insecurity. For that man, is vulnerability. So some people enter into a relationship because they are looking for somebody to hide behind. Some people enter into a relationship because they are simply looking for somebody to hide behind. Either you hide behind the woman or you hide behind the man. Some people enter into a relationship because they believe this is going to lead me to actually what I want to do. So I've got to use this man or woman as a stepping stone. And in the space of time, that kind of concept in the mind of that man or that woman may change to one of love. I mean, so many years ago, when Prince Charles was interviewed with late Diana, they were together, and something around love, question around love was popped to them. Charles said something very important. A lot of people missed it. He said, love, whatever that means. Love conquers all, whatever that means, he said. So somebody wasn't deeply in love. If you're not deeply in love, and one person is deeply in love, it's a mismatch. It's a mismatch that may work or may not. Some people, they look at status. It might be status. Maybe the man had a lot of things going for him at the time. You want to identify with that. And over a period of time, maybe due to his own recklessness, his own wastefulness, or her, things begin to wind down. The situation that looks a bit glamorous before turns sour. The man or the woman, particularly in this sense now, the woman starts to look for an exit, gradually, exit. And as she's looking for that exit out, she finds factors to justify why. And I tell you, 9 times out of 10, bam, she's right. They're right. They're right. But our conscience will all forever be our judge and teacher. Our conscience. Women can cry very easily. I can cry very easily. Women can cry very easily and can crave for sympathy. When people look when people look in and around, they can feel sorry for that particular woman or women. Oh, my show. or what she's gone through, what she's been through. And often the children clamor around their mother. They understand the emotions because there is a bond between a woman and a child from the moment of conception. If that mother does her work really well, there is a bond that cannot be broken. So I'm going to deal with this question at length over a period of time because it's not something that I can just answer just like that. Why is it that broken relationships are on the increase in the 21st century compared to 100 years ago? Technology plays its own part as well. Demand and supply plays its own part as well. Religion can play its own part as well. In fact, family, the family you come from, the extended family you come from can play their own part as well. But above all, the two people in that relationship are central. They're central to the success or failure of that relationship. As they say, it takes two. It takes two. A man and a woman, they are not the same. A man cannot sleep with himself. Neither can a woman, although we know the world. I'm not going to go there. But a man cannot sleep with himself and be productive, have children. A woman cannot sleep with herself and be productive and have children. It takes a man and a woman to come together. That in itself is a relationship. Whether it is forced, whether it is nurtured, whether it comes by agreement or whatever, it's still a relationship. It's a relationship that may be not good, may be volatile, may be emotional, maybe without all sort of a saga or baggages, but it's still a relationship. So we need to come to that understanding that it takes two. When two do not work together, that relationship will collapse. And both parties find way to justify why it hasn't worked. So I just want to encourage you and encourage all of us to build this endurance, understanding, endurance. Look for the best in that person. Constantly look for the best. Even relationship between a father or between a mother and children breaks down. There's a relationship breakdown. The children, and for me, often I say, where you have a relationship between a father or a mother and her children broken down, I know it takes two, but for me, the mother or the father have to look at his or herself first. Why? Because it's not natural. It's not right. Where did I go wrong? Where did I go wrong? You don't sit back and say, well, you have to, and that is where bitterness, that is where anger sustained leads to bitterness, and bitterness sustained leads to chaos. That is where things fall apart. Relationship. So I will constantly look, where is it that I've grieved my children? What is it that I have done? And from a position of maturity, you should be able to apologize to those children. Whether those children take it on board or not is a different matter. But you must come from a place of complete surrender. Now look, I've done wrong. I am sorry. Whether you are a mother or you are a father, don't try and build up stories. Don't try and manipulate the situation in order to justify yourself, to make those children look guilty. Because children, they have a memory bank in there. If you don't do that, what you are perpetrating is a vicious circle. They will grow up feeling hurt. And these things do have a way of carrying on from another generation. Somehow, the children might say, oh, well, I wouldn't do what my father did to me, to my own children. I wouldn't do what my mother did to me, to my own children. No way. That will never happen. These things do have their way. They happen. It may not be on the same level as what had happened to you, So in terms of that, just another, in terms of relationship between father and children, mother and children, where that relationship breaks down, the father, the mother have to take stock. Where is it that I've gone wrong? And for the children, when your father or your mother apologizes to you, and it comes from the depth of their heart, the onus is on you to let go. If you hold on to it and you begin to tell them, I'm not going to, well, one person will be at loss. And in the longer term, it does you no benefit. At the time that you're hurting, you may have cause to justify. You may say, well, I'm justified for my anger. Of course, everybody gets angry. Anger are justified. But what you do with that anger moving forward matters a lot. So let me spend more time looking at this question. I've not probably answered it, but I will dive into it in the next few days, and hopefully I can bring it on this platform. Stay blessed and stay connected to God. The solution to all of our problems, even the sustainability of our success, lies in the hands of your Maker, your Creator, the everlasting God, the omnipotent, omniscient, the Alpha, the Omega, the A to Z, the supreme God. It lies in His hands, and with Him all things are possible. But there is one thing that is not possible. It's not a God that will lie. It doesn't lie. It doesn't lie. What He has said, what He has programmed about your life, about my life, will come to pass. The only individual that can alter the circumstances is us. From the very beginning, God brought a man and a woman together in holy matrimony for one, to be one, no matter what. Adam and Eve, to be one. The relationship was broken from the Garden of Eden. The relationship was broken from there. And who made it happen? The man. Where was he? Okay, the devil is there. Snake, angel, was there. Anything good that God is putting together, has put together for man, there's always an opposite to it. And that is that fallen angel that was cast out of heaven. He is constantly going everywhere, looking for who to devour. Broken relationship gives him comfort. Sickness gives him comfort. Sadness gives him comfort. Chaos gives him comfort. That's what he's... I wanted to say that's what he's created for, but he wasn't created for that. That is, he became zealous. He became zealous. He wanted to be like God. So it became the opposite of God to bring chaos to the world, to homes, to marriages, to unions, to the church, to Christian settings, to religious group, to communities. That is why we have the brokenness that we have today. But when the people of God truly come together, truly embrace difference, truly embrace diversity, truly look to God, I tell you, Satan will be shocked. He will shiver. He will be brought and be reduced. God did not go to Eve and question her. God went straight to Adam. Where? Don't eat this forbidden fruit. Everything else you can eat. When a home breaks down, often look to that man. God has put us in a vehicle. He puts our hands on the steering to drive. If you are driving a vehicle with your eyes closed, God help you. God help you, particularly a man. If you are driving with your eyes closed and you are on a speed driving with your eyes closed, you are heading for one place and one place only. As I feel sorry for the passengers, your children, your wife, other people in that car, the car itself, and you. If you are on your own and you are driving, God have mercy. God have mercy. So we will look deep into the essence of relationship. How important it is that we can work together and build a home, a solid relationship, a solid organization, everything that will bring glory to God and point to God. Stay blessed and stay connected. God bless you. Bye.